An educated guess is a discussion set in space outside the Earth's orbit between the two aunts, two opposite sides, one person representing the alleged and ultimate powers that be, and a long-term rebel always on the margins of society. The Neolithic stones seen at the beginning and at the end of the film are set in the Hills Fields Park Stone Circle, Lewisham, London, United Kingdom.
Destination.
The story is between the two protagonists who are dealing and delving on the problems and dangers facing the world in the 21st century, debating on all the subjects widespread on the web and derided or ignored in the old news media. People everywhere are left with only three alternatives: the conspiracies on the web, the old news media with one view and not even remotely popular, a non-evolving education system, and a new and powerful AI, artificial intelligence. The public is left debilitated, unable to comprehend what is right or wrong. An educated guess attempts to provide some answers by exposing all sides of the argument in a semi-comic and fantasy adventure in space. Based on a game board created by Nick Peterson in 1992. There are many stories set in space, but what prompted the author to attempt another space presentation is the initial idea that there are no other humans in space. Thoughts and emotions could be flying out at a slower pace and therefore more likely to be more reflected upon and digested, as opposed to the speed at which one flicks over one's own smartphone. The element of virtual reality, the game being projected in space, is merely the clock, the conductor and the engine of time that keeps the story of the two protagonists, flowing. An educated guess is an educational piece, a debate that presents questions by guessing the answer, dealing with pretty much all the items discussed and lived in the 21st century, but not officially commented upon, and by offering them all at once and then providing an initial guidance and offer the results to the viewers, to make it what the viewer will or make of it. Everything exists, and no one can deny the right for anyone to exist. But the ground rule is to get used to it, learn to live with things, tolerate rather than fight, even a parasite or a virus.
Name: AI, artificial intelligence. Once upon a time, there was a white spot or a dot on the horizon, and thus begins the universe. This is the beginning of the solar system. It can take 8 hours and 30 minutes to travel to the moon, the nearest natural satellite to Earth, with an average 21st century spaceship, but with a light spaceship, and 3 days with a main passenger spaceship. It can only take a second to reach the moon with the power of thought. It will take longer to break through the inside of the moon. It is forbidden and a forbidden zone for all humans. It is a silent history that is beyond human comprehension.
Yes. The basis of the game is a chessboard to better the introduction of the concept, but an educated guess is more elaborate, and the base consists of different geometric shapes based inside a triangle. References and insertion of The King of the World, an infamous music clip by the artist Old Nick that's been banned in 1990 by MTV and the BBC due to the coming First Gulf War. The video contains images of war and people fighting. The video is playing from a monitor inside a spaceship, a random offering from the AI, the artificial intelligence, triggered by a request for news and documentary entertainment. References and insertion of a scene from the film EST by the same director, a random offering from the AI, the artificial intelligence, followed by a question from the AI for nature, people or music. This entertainment triggered a request for nature with a sexual content. However, it is a brief reference, as the AI had the wrong data and offered a nude man instead of a nude woman, reflecting the problem the world is facing when relying on robots. References and insertion of a scene from the film In and Out of Planet Earth by the same director, a random offering from the AI, the artificial intelligence, followed by a question from the AI for nature, people or music. The entertainment triggered a request for nature with a sexual content.
Life is full of space debris. Get used to it.
The 3D sequences in space have originally been created by Sean Elliott and Nick Peterson in 1997, then modified by Alicia Black in 2017. For the voice of the AI, the voice has been tweaked to sound more robotic. As the action is taking place in space, the main protagonists, Anon and Nat, have also had their voices slightly distorted. In the film, the storyline refers to the characters Anon and Nat, but in the original story, it is the names of Paul X1 and Paul X2. Paul X2 is Paul X1's alter ego. In this story, it is set in space, and the two are astronauts. The stories of Paul X1 and Paul X2 are the creations of its author, and it is also autobiographical. The autobiography is titled Devil's Life. The scenes in space have been shot in 6K using 4 Sony Venice cameras.
not Google, but AI. And I'm only a data or data. Name.
Nat.
Nationality.
British.
Occupation.
Owner.
Destination.
British Space Territory. Drone satellite.
Duration.
1 year.
Mission.
Treating and curing a brain tumor. Hi, I'm Nat. I have made it. I have returned to Earth and successfully cured my tumor. It was all a question of gravity. Space can do wonder to our health. Too many diseases can be caught on Earth, and I believed only my bloodline was extraterrestrial. But all humans are, in fact. That's the whole point. We are all the light, sent from the bigger light, the sun behind the sun. We are everyone and everyone else.